Okay, so I've been playing Hitman 2 and I can't help but not shake the feeling that this game could actually be a lot more than it already is. One very big change I noticed going from the old Hitman games to the new ones, Hitman 1 and Hitman 2, the reboot of the series. I've noticed that there is a lot of focus on games as a service. They tried really hard to make it so that we can actually think that we can accept that games can actually be turned into a service instead of products, which would be very detrimental to the whole gaming industry because games would stop evolving. Games would stop evolving and they would stop changing. They would not be the same games that we know. And Hitman is one of those games because between Hitman 2 and Hitman 1, there is very little change. The UI is basically the same. The missions are very similar. Of course, it's still the same Hitman experience where you go from not knowing what the fuck you're even doing there to realize, oh, okay, so I need to do this and that to kill this certain character. But still, I think it would have been a lot better if it had followed the same formula from the other games, where each mission was actually part of the same story and not a very separate thing as it is right now. Because when you start a mission, I think that you can, I think that you don't even have to start from the beginning. If I understand correctly, you can just start from any point in the story and then finish the story however you like, because it was how the game was built. You don't even have to follow the main story. You don't even need to beat the main story. Plus, actually, the main story is just incoherent mess. It's just so incoherent that you don't even understand what's going on there. You kill this character and this character, but you don't even understand why you are killing them. It was not the case with the older Hitman games, because with those, you actually knew what was going on. They actually cared about explaining the story. But for this one, that's really not the case. Hitman 2, though, is really good. It's really good. It's very creative still. There are very some curious instances there, but still, I believe they could have done a lot more with what they already did. I think the game could have been a lot better if it did not have this focus on games as a service. But unfortunately, it has. Unfortunately, it has this focus on games as a service. For example, when you actually try to load the game from where you stop at it, it just feels very incoherent. You don't even have a continue. You have to go to loading and then select your latest save. Nowadays, that is really out of the current standards, right? Current standards, for current games, you have continue, which is pretty much just like the latest save, and it feels like you're actually continuing from where you stopped. But with the Hitman, you miss that feeling, right? You don't really feel like, okay, I'm continuing my story here. It actually feels like you're just selecting continue from a mission where I stopped, but not from pointing in the story. And actually, every time you finish a mission, the game just does ask you, do you want to play this mission again? Killing the characters, following, using other means to do so, which is pretty bad because those instances where the game stops to tell you that, to ask you that of you, that's when it really feels like, okay, this is not really the Hitman I know, and like this is a very different Hitman game. But from what I said, this game is actually doing pretty well because a lot of people do like creating their own missions, sharing those missions with others, and downloading new missions. It's pretty good, but I still wish it had a very coherent single-player campaign with a main story, with things important, right, and very good characters, and all of those things. I think that would have been a lot better than what we already had. But yeah, I still like it. I'm going to finish it. I'm not sure if I'm going to play it again, but if I do, I'll let you guys know. But anyway, that was it, and thanks for watching.